All right, good morning, traders. I kind of messed up here on CLSN. I thought I got stopped out yesterday, so I never put a good till canceled order in. And then I just got on just now. I started look and noticed that I did not get stopped out. That I'm still in this damn play. So right now I'm giving it half a second to see if it's going to come back up at all, but it's dropping kind of ugly right now. What's going on, Jack? How you doing this morning, buddy? So yeah, I don't know. I checked it on my phone and I swore I was stopped out. Like I had no thoughts of being in this play anymore. And then, like I said, I just got on and logged on and noticed that I was still in it, and I was like, oh shit. Because I should have been stopped out way, way before this. So I don't know what happened. I'm about to have to sell this though. It's really starting to come down some. And it is in a nasty downtrend. Okay, so Thinkorswim's acting a little wonky. I can see the level 2 is being a little crazy. Okay, I am extremely bad with names. I'm going to attempt to say your name. Just correct me, because I guarantee I'm going to get it wrong. Like, I'm bad with any names, so good morning, Ala Coyote. Or Ala. Like, there's days where I don't know, where I can't say my own name, and my name, the short of my name is 3 letters, so. If I got that, if I got that wrong, I'm sure I did. Elu Coyote. K? Okay. Good morning, K. Thank you. that helps. Alright, so I'm about to probably. I think I'm just going to put a stop loss in under. I don't know. This 220 area. If this thing. I mean, if it cracks any lower, I don't want to lose any more money. It probably is going to, but it seems to be trying to hold up some support right in that 220 area. Thinkorswim. What are you doing? Thinkorswim putting all these damn things back on my watch list I just took off. Hate it when it happens. And it happens every day. And my PHIO swing is looking terrible. So I think I'm going to get out of that today, right now. Okay, I just got stopped out on that CLSN. So let's get the hell out of this trade to this swing trade. This was making a nice move until the market decided to eat shit. So how many shares I have? 25. Okay. Thinkorswim just freeze up. What's going on here? Anybody else having issues with Thinkorswim? Because this market order is taking a really long time to fill. There it goes. Oh boy. Alright, so I got out of those two losers. Let's take a look and see what we got. See if we can find any good trades. Well, that went straight up and straight down. Let's put it on the watch list for now. Let's go look at the SPY. See how the damn SPY is doing. Because I know, oh God. Yeah, so like I've been saying, this was probably going to come back down to this 377 area because of this big curl. So, and you see SPY's dipping even more now. It's already dropped $3 just about at market open here. Ugly. So it's an ugly day. You're not having issues with TS. It might just be me. So it's definitely an ugly day. Let's see. That's an OTC stock. I'm not going to trade that. So we got to be very careful. It's another OCC stock. STIB, that may be a possible play. That looks dead. That looks meh. FNGD, this just started popping. Let's see where we running into. Interesting. 426. Don't really know exactly what the float is, but this could be an interesting play if it breaks over that 50-day, because it's got a lot of room to run if it does. I don't want to buy at the top of this rip, so I'll keep it on watch, but there's definitely potential there. Let's see, we got a still stock. Get up there. Come on. There we go. A lot of selling off going on. See what we got. Ooh, no volume on any of the NYSE stocks really. Yeah, see, this has barely had any volume. It's ripped, but it's barely got any volume. I don't know about that. LAB, okay. So this may be what we're trading. We may be trading this inverse ETF because you can see where the market's cracked. This has ran up almost $2, so we're going to keep an eye on LABD. I'm still pushing. Oh, let me get on my 2-minute chart. There we go. And this is still pushing up. I just don't want to buy it at the top. So we may have to give the market, we have to give everything a few minutes here to kind of even out. Let's see, I'm gonna do a scan real quick just to see what we got going on, because I'm not seeing a ton of volume. DWSN halted on a downtrend. It looks a little strange. Because it does look like it was halted on the way down, but I wasn't watching it. But I can see on the time and sales there was a lot of buyers coming in. See, there was. Yeah, I don't know. There might have been so many sellers come in it didn't have a chance to even register. It might have got halted because it doesn't. that doesn't make sense for this to be a bunch of green and then be halted on the way down, but the sellers might have came in so fast. Or it is possible too that maybe they got halted for an investigation or something, because it's not showing yet. Oh, what's all these lines? Let's get these lines off here. But it is weird. I don't know. I'd have had to seen what it was doing when it got halted, because right there it looks weird. So I don't know. Yes, remove those old drawings. I thought I already did that. Come on. Let's see. CITB. The possible U shape here. Needs to break that downtrend. This is very interesting. It's above all indicators. Just trying to break that 375 downtrend. I'm gonna go on this. Getting this little U shape here, starting to break. Oh, damn, I got filled at 386. That was a little high. Getting pushed back down there a little bit. Ooh, yeah, that's an ugly candle. It was looking good for a minute. Let's see, that candle's fixing to close. See if it comes back up here. A lot of selling pressure above that. Damn, Thinkorswim, I need my level 2 to work a little better. My level 2 is lagging behind. Okay, so right here's the downtrend that's got to break. Downtrend is right there. Should have pretty strong support at 350. Yeah, 350 should be pretty strong support. But I may have jumped the gun on this. We'll see. Should be support at 360 as well. Should be a lot of support below this, but that doesn't mean it'll hold up. God, the SPY's still dropping, so actually that's going to make this a little sketchy. It looks like I may have jumped the gun. I'm trying to see if this 350 support's going to hold up, though. So buyers did come in and push it out off of 350. But this is not the type of candle I wanted to see. Yeah, something is lagging. I think it's my level 2 that's lagging. Or maybe my time and sell, because my time and sell is showing 357, 351, and this is showing 350, 352. So there's definitely some wonky issues going on with Thinkorswim's level 2 and time and sales this morning. It's kind of throwing me off a little bit. Because that's like the main thing I use to look. See, yeah, this is the level 2 is delayed by a couple of seconds. Well, that is no bueno. Yeah, it's definitely delayed. That's a little weird. So I think it's the level 2 that's delayed. I think the time and sales is fine. Yeah, the time and sales is fine. So I'll have to ignore the level 2 for now until it catches up, and just use the time and sales. Yours is wonky too, yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And there's some problems with TOS this morning. This is extremely low float stock as well. This is only a 5 million share float, so this is very low float. If it could get big buying volume, it could rip, but we gotta break above this downtrend. Let's see, did it catch up? Yeah, okay, I think it's caught up now. Damn, there was a big buyer at 360. Yeah, it looks like it's caught up now. Just a little momentary hiccup. This is not looking good. It's having issues just getting back up to the downtrend. But 350 should be pretty strong support. I mean, it's held up so far, but if it continues to test that 350 support, it's going to crack. And see, it bounced off there. And I don't know. And then it's been testing these last several candles. I'm going to put a stop loss there in case it drops. But yeah, I jumped the gun on this play. So, I should have waited for this candle to close. Because if I'd have waited for this candle to close, then I would have seen that it was not going to be a great play, or it could at least waited to get in at 350. But we'll see. The reason I liked it in the first place is because it held its gains pretty much from its run yesterday evening. And it hadn't sold off much. And you see, it is coming back up to the downtrend now. See if it can break above the downtrend. See, it kind of getting smashed right now at the downtrend. You got 30 seconds on this candle to close. May start breaking the downtrend here. Starting to move back up to that 370 area. If this candle could close over 370, that'd be a pretty strong close. But it's not going to. But this candle did open above the downtrend. Let's see if it keeps pushing up here. Let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah, nice little push up. So downtrend is broken. So now we need to see buying volume continue to come into this and push it up. Put the downtrend back in here, because look, this candle's pushing below the, sellers are trying to push it back below the downtrend here. So still a little sketchy. Let's see if it gets back over 380. I think we're good. So there's a lot of sellers there. Okay, now it's getting back over 380. Okay. Yeah, we're good. We're good. There's some resistance at 385 and 390. This area, it's had a tough time breaking over, so we need to see it break over 390 soon. My profit target on this is going to be this 440 area, because that was pre-market high. Yeah, so you can see at 440 area is extremely tough. Draw a resistance line right across there. You can see it. Got held up in that 440, 450 area there. Got held up there. Got close, but got rejected there. Got rejected there right at market open. Good morning, Tim. But currently we're in this channel. So it should come back up and test that 440. Now if it can break over 440, 450, then it's got the world to run. That's why I liked it. As you can see, that 450 area is right here on the daily, and there's no resistance after 450 and all the way up until 539. So, a lot of potential on the stock, but with the market being sketchy, we'll see. And this is starting to kind of look like a double bottom here, because you got the bottom there and then a bottom here. So This looks good, but I'm still concerned about it. Until it gets over 390, until it starts testing 4, I'm going to be a little concerned about it because the market is kind of wonky today. Let's see. Yes, there's going to see a big sell-off there. That market open on the SPY. Just about down to that 380 area. And it has come back up a little bit. What play was I in? Oh yeah, CTIB. Okay. got confused there for a minute. So 375 starting to try to hold as some support. I'd like to see 375 hold as new support, and it's trying, but having a little bit of issues. There we go. So it did try to hold. A lot of selling pressure below 390. I would say there's going to be a lot of selling pressure all the way up to 4. Or maybe not. Maybe it'll just go straight up to 4. do what you want, CTIB. It's your world. I'm just here just to get a little piece of your cake. Sounds kind of dirty. Whoa. Here we go. Somebody's getting frisky. Somebody said, let's start to get frisky out of nowhere. Let's start showing Ben the frisk. He hasn't even said it yet. Look at here. Very nice. Very nice. All the way up to 420. Said my profit target's 440. I plan on locking in at 440. Unless it breaks over 440 and 450. But now we got a nice big fat U shape up to this 440, so it's possible it could break. Get ready to lock out some maybe. Oh wait, oh damn, it just hit 440. I was shit. I was getting ready to lock something out and then it hit 440 so quick. See if it can come back up. Good buy-in volume bar candle. Or volume bar. Not necessarily. Well, the candle's nice too, but let's see what we get. That was almost 4 million in buy-in volume that came in right there and pushed this up. Okay, hold on. I think the time and sales. No, the level 2 is, the level 2 is lagging again. I was sitting there looking at the level 2. I need to pay attention to the damn. No wonder I didn't see it hit 440. I thought Thinkorswim had fixed itself, but apparently not. Let's see if this. So I'm strictly watching the time and sales right now. Trying to see if it's going to test 440 again. It's close. Let's see. We're getting real close. Oh, we just broke over 440. all the way over 450. I'm going to lock out 10 here. And then I got 40 shares left. Oh, we're still ripping. Very nice rip so far. I'm gonna lock another 10 out here. There we go. So there's 20 shares. I got 30 left. All the way up to 460. Let's see if this keeps running. How much frisky you gonna get? You gonna get more frisky? Back down to 450. See, we're getting close to testing that 470. Maybe making a new high a day here. So we just hit 478, it looks like. I'm having a hard time keeping an eye on what the price is because the time and sales in level 2 are acting funky. See, we're back down at 454. Boy, we're doing all kinds of stuff. Walk out another 10 shares because I'm getting kind of sketched out by not being able to read the level 2. So I got 20 shares left. It's starting to give me a headache because I'm looking at the level 2 in my brain, or at the time and sales, and my brain wants me to look at the level 2 as well. And I'm trying to ignore it. So, but I mean, I've been looking at level 2 and time and sales together for 6 years of trading, so it kind of is hard not to look at the level 2. And then when I look at the level 2, it gets me confused. So I got 20 shares left. I'm going to see if they can run. Thank you guys. Thank you for the nice compliments. I'm struggling here. I'm struggling with this damn delay on Thinkorswim that they got going on, but I'm going to hold these last 20 shares here to see if this can keep ripping. Because like I said, once it got over 450, it now has room all the way up to 536 potentially. Now, it may not run that far, but if it breaks back over, if it pushes up and breaks over 478, I think we'll see $5. That'll probably be where I'll lock the rest of this out if it gets up to 5. It looks like on the chart we're starting to flag a little bit here. Yeah, it definitely looks like we're starting to flag, especially if this candle pulls back up. Yeah, and there it did. Or like, I'm wondering if the candles are off too. So there's the flag. Get out of here. Okay, so let me draw the bottom of this flag a little bit better. Now it's starting to push up to the top of the flag. Now if it cracks to the downside out of this flag, I'm just gonna lock out this last 20 shares, but we may get another breakout here. Yeah, we're getting another breakout out of this flag. Very nice. All the way up to 485 so far. See if this guy can push up to $5 or not. Want to see 475 start holding as some support. Well, let's see here. It's not breaking out as hard as I thought it was going to out of the flag. God, this delay is making me crazy. See, I keep noticing that we're hitting 480, and 480 keeps being some resistance. So it's got to break over 480 if it's going to start running again. And I'm seeing that on the time and sales. I keep seeing it come up to 480. Oh, there's a nice little move past 480, but now we're coming back down some. At this point, we want to see 450 hold as support. Now it's starting to look like it's curling over because it didn't get a very big breakout out of that flag, just a quick pop. And it's starting to curl, so I may be getting out here. So it does seem to be trying to hold up 450 as support. Oh, no, cracking below 450. It just push back up. Ooh, very nice push back up so far. This candle almost turning green in this last 15 seconds of it. And it is turning green. If it closes green, that could be a pretty good sign. We just don't want this curl over to continue. We want to break up out of this curl over. It looks like it's may try to. Now back down. So we got this new downtrend, this new little downtrend here that needs to break up out of. I really wish the level 2 would catch up. It's really hurting my brain to try to look at this with a delayed level 2. It's starting to come back down a little bit here. Maybe locking out the rest of this here if it starts cracking below 430. It's only back up to 450. RSI is showing overbought. We'll see. I don't use the RSI personally. Now it could be right. It could be right because there is a lot of selling pressure. That's what I was saying about this curl over. This is an ugly curl over. I'm just trying to give it a second to see if it's going to break out of this curl over. Needs to break back above 450 if it's going to start moving again. 447. So it's trying to break back over 450 now. Yeah, now it's all the way back up to 460. Coming close to breaking over the downtrend. We're back down. Ooh. We are all over the place right now. Okay, now it's starting to crack. Yeah, see now it's starting to ride down this this downtrend. Couldn't break out of the downtrend. It tried twice. And now it's riding down it. Buyer's pushing it back up though here. Back up to 440 again. Back up to 450. 450 is where the downtrend line is at, so if it can break over 450, then it may start moving again. Back over 450. Almost up to 460. See, it's testing the downtrend now. Buying volume, we had this little sell-off. Buying volume starting to increase back into this. We may get another move. Did break over that downtrend. Breaking all the way back up to 470 here. Um, zero means like they don't really have the available float or something. I mean, they should have a float. There's no way that they don't have any shares available to trade. So it's just like some type of reporting error or something. A lot of times, if it says zero, though, in my experience, I've seen them be pretty low float. So if you see a zero, just think of it like it's probably a low float, like a very low float. And we're coming back up, possibly to make a new high a day here. We're going to push back up to 5 here, or up to 5. And I'm going to lock in another 10 shares here at this 490 area, because 490 could be a little tough, and I'm going to hold this last 10 shares to see if we break over 5 and really start going crazy. And this is why I don't use the RSI. This is a perfect example of why I don't use it. Because it told you it was overbought, but the volume and the price action on this told me that this could get pushed up even more. So, like, the RSI is okay, but it's not the end all be all. Because here's what you got to remember: it's people who are buying and selling these stocks. It's not robots. Well, there is algorithms, but right now this stock having millions in volume is not being traded by a computer algorithm. It's being moved by people. And when people buy and sell stocks, all the rules kind of go out the window. Well, at least with day trading. The RSI on long-term plays and swing trades can be good to use, but for day trading, if a stock gets hot and there's nothing else going on, then everybody could easily flood into a hot stock. Like we're seeing here, like this is about to break $5 and go on a nasty run. I don't know for sure if it's going to, but it looks like it's going to. You see, it hit 5 there. There's a lot of selling at that $5 area. So may have to consolidate a little bit more, or it could be done. But yeah, when day trading, you're day trading people. You're not day trading the stocks. Like I didn't get in this company because I like this company or anything to do with this company at all. I don't even know what the hell this company does. Like I didn't even look. But I didn't need to. You know what I mean? Like I just bought it off of straight volume and price action. The best indicator you can use is volume, because that is the amount of shares being bought and sold in a certain time period. And so because we are day trading people and not stocks, that is going to be our main indicator. And then you can use the level 2 and time and sales when they're working. You can use them together as well to see a window into the supply and demand. But this is what I was saying in the day trading beginner's guide that I just put out, the part 1 and part 2. is that you need to know how to trade a naked chart like this. I mean, it's got my drawings on it, but I only put the drawings on so you guys can see the resistance and support I'm talking about, because some of you are newer traders. But as you can see, I'm trading a naked chart. I have no moving averages on this. I don't have the VWAP. I don't have anything. You know, and I got a whole dollar rip out of this so far. So we got another downtrend here on the chart. So we got to see that break over. Could be another move like this where we get the 3 red candles, and then if it starts to break, but you can see this break through 5. It's kind of consolidating, looking like it's going to make another U-shape possibly, because that's what this was. This was a little U-shaped curl there. Absolutely, Rana. If you go to the day trading playlist of lessons, I have a video that is titled, and I'm proud of this title. But it's WTF is level 2. So what the is level 2? That's the name of that video. So should be pretty simple to find. Because that's one of the questions I get a lot is, what is level 2? So that's why I named it that. But level 2 is very, very important. If you're going to be day trading, you need to know the level 2 in time and sales, and I'll talk about both of them in that video. Because you can have all the indicators in the world. If you aren't playing the price action, if you're not playing the supply and demand, those indicators can lie to you like the RSI just did. And I don't mean to, I wasn't trying to come off like a dick when I said that. So if I did, I apologize. But, I was just making the point. Because as a new trader, you don't want to be using indicators as crutches. You want to learn this price action, and then later, if you want to add in indicators to your strategy, you can. And I'm saying this out of experience, because the way I first learned how to trade was using the VWAP as an indicator, and I was still using the U-shapes and triangles like I do now, but I was using the VWAP. And I like the VWAP. It has some merits, but I didn't know price action. So I was relying on those indicators as a crutch for my trades. And my trade percentage my win percentage was like 40%. So I had to figure out what was going on. And I didn't understand that until about a year ago, when a fellow by the name of Daniel B joined the channel and kept bitching at me every single day to learn price action, that I didn't know what I was doing. Alright, so this is starting to get a little ugly. See, here's the uptrend. If that uptrend starts to crack, then I'm going to get out with his last 10 shares. But yeah, if you start out learning within those indicators as a crutch, it's going to be a lot harder to learn price action later. So I had to unlearn what I'd previously learned about trading, and learn price action strictly. And that's why I still trade off of just these naked charts, because I've only been trading naked charts for about a year, off and on. I did some experimenting with some other indicators like the Darvas box a while back, which the Darvas box is interesting, but I couldn't ever really figure that one out. Oh, look, and Daniel B's in the chat. Good morning, Daniel B. He's surprised he hadn't started cussing yet. Alright, this is starting to crack, it looks like. Cracking that trend line, so I'm just going to go ahead and lock this last 10 shares out and call it a win. So there we go. So, not a bad win. Pretty nice move. I mean, I only went 50 shares because the market's been sketchy. But yeah, pretty nice. And I was at an 80% gainer, and let's see what the highest gainers is. So CTIB was the best play today. So very nice. Yeah, I think Daniel B's been hiding in the shadows waiting. He's waiting to swoop in and cuss me the fuck out. Let's see. JV said others on YouTube acting like Jim Madden on crack. Yeah, Sean Deckmar is one of those guys, and I like Deck. Deck kind of trades the same type of stuff I do without all the indicators, and he trades U shapes and triangles. Uh, but Sean Deckmar gets nuts. Like he's definitely got to be on something, Adderall or cocaine or something. Now I get excited too, though, so I ain't knocking it. Like I get excited. You know, you guys have seen me when a stock starts showing me the frisk. When I start telling the stock to show me the frisk, and then the stock shows me the frisk, oh yeah, yeah, I'm gonna get a little excited too. Not quite as that, not quite as crazy as that, but I am gonna perk up. You know, my butthole starts puckering when stocks get frisky. All right, so. All right, give me just a couple of minutes, guys. I'm gonna take a break and let my eyes rest because this time in cells, and just stay off the pipe. Don't worry, I'm not Hunter Biden. Boom! Been waiting for that one. All right, so give, give me just a minute, and I'm gonna take a quick little break. Let my eyes recover from the slaughter of numbers that didn't add up with Thinkorswim, and I'll be right back, guys. All right. What do I think about DOS traders? Are you talking about the DOS platform, or are you meaning something else? Because there's a platform called DOS, DAS. And you can see big rejection at $5, so I did right getting out of that. But the price action changed. See the price action, we were moving sideways, building some momentum through here. And then buying volume started coming in. Nice big buying volume, pushed it up. We got a little sell off. But remember I had that downtrend there and it broke over that downtrend, so it kept going. And then this time it didn't. Okay, so the price action changed. The price action is selling off until this downtrend breaks. Oh, the DOS platform. I don't like it because unless something's changed, it costs monthly to use it. And Thinkorswim is, even though it's got some hiccups here and there, it's still in my opinion the best platform for day trading. Because the scanners are better than any other platform. The only scanners that you can get that are better, in my opinion at least, are ones that you have to pay for. And I don't really like paying anything extra for my day trading. Used to, for the majority of my trading experience, there was commissions on buying and selling stocks, and that was kind of rough as it is as being a newer trader or whatever with commissions, and you're not using a whole bunch of money. Well, if you only get a $10 win, then you actually broke even because the commissions was like $5 to buy, $5 to sell. So I've tried the DOS platform. I tried SureTrader like 2 years ago, before SureTrader went all to hell. And the platform overall is not bad. It's a little ugly. Like compared to Thinkorswim, it's like looking at a Sega Genesis game to an Xbox game. So Thinkorswim to me is just the best option for now until something better that's free comes along. I do have some funds left, so let's look for another possible trade. I'm going to leave CTIB alone for a little bit here. Let's see. TikTok. What do we got going on here? So Zash to become public company and controlling shareholder of this stock. So it's interesting. You see it did break the downtrend, starting to come up. Got some resistance at 482 right straight across there. And then $5 is going to be resistance. So a lot of resistance ahead of this. But if it could break $5, and if it breaks $5, it's got room to 518. So pretty much everything up to 520 is going to be resistance. But I may take a shot on it here. Depending on what it does in the next few minutes. I'm going to give it a few minutes. Because it did just kind of doji, that little... candles like this, normally they're white, but I mean this is close enough to a doji, but it's just a doji star is just a candle where the body is pushed very, very tightly, and normally it's white, but that one's really close. But dojis can lead to a trend reversal. Not always, but sometimes. I'm gonna go on this. Oh, maybe I'm not. Let's see. There we go. Okay, I got filled at 470. See, is our level 2 and stuff looking back to normal? Maybe. Yeah, looks like it. See, this candle's fixing to close. We want the body of this candle to close over this doji. See, if it comes back down like this, it could start selling off. Ooh, just like that. That's exactly what I was worried about. As I was saying, it did it. So I should have waited for that candle to close. Same mistake I made earlier. If I would have waited for that candle to close, I could have got a better entry down in this 450 area instead of all the way up at 470, but it looked like it was going to start pushing. So this is the little downtrend of selling we've got right now. It needs to break back over that. So it needs to break over that 470 area. 450 looks like pretty decent support. Yeah, 450. 5's going to be tough on this. 450 should be strong support. But 5 is going to be really tough. We're testing that support now. Looks like we got about a 3-cent spread at the moment. Hello, James. Good morning, buddy. AMC, I probably wouldn't touch with Daniel B's money, just to be honest. I'll take a look at it in a second. I want to make sure this is going to start coming back up. Because what do we got here? We got a triangle. We got a triangle that's forming. So I'm actually going to put my stop loss a little bit below that triangle in case it drops. In case it drops out of the triangle, because that could possibly happen. Let's see, AMC. Oh, God, so ugly looking. Oh. I feel bad for the bag holders. You got a big weird triangle going on AMC. See there's your sloping resistance, and then there's your uptrend, and it's really tight, so it could either crack down or break up strong here soon. If it breaks over 7, then it's got room to about 730, 740. So there is a possible play there. See CTIB coming up again. Yeah, it's a possibility. It broke the downtrend. And then you can kind of see you got a nice overall uptrend starting to form. So you could just play this uptrend. But yeah, it definitely possibly could be another play. Let's pop back over to BBIG here. It looks like it's starting to pop up. It's got to break through 470. If it can break through 470, then it can get going. But you see, getting pushed right back below the triangle, or into the triangle. I may have to adjust the triangle, the down sloping resistance a little bit. There we go. Yeah, so it's still in the triangle at the moment. Yeah, you can see CTIB getting a little bounce off of the trend line there. So it's definitely a possibility that it could start moving. Let's pull back up AMC and see if it's gonna break. Ooh, look at that, AMC getting tighter and tighter. This is right in the tippy of this triangle, so this is going to do something in the next few minutes. It's either going to rip or it's going to drop in the next few minutes. Because that is a very tight triangle there. You just see buying volume start increasing here, coming up to this 470 area. See, volume's a little light right at the moment. See, this was all the way up at 670 in pre-market. So this thing does have the ability to rip dollars. But it's gonna need big buying volume to rip, and I don't know if it'll rip that hard. That's seems like a stretch. Like I said, there's a lot of resistance between 480 and 520, so we are starting to break up out of this triangle. Still a little sketchy though. It needs to hold over 470. As you can see there, it got close to 480 and pushed back down by sellers. So that's what I was talking about, that resistance. This whole area has got a lot of resistance. So it's going to take a lot of buying volume to push it through $5 and then $5.20 before it can really start moving. Alright, see, AMC, this is just nonsense. This needs to break 7 here in the next couple of minutes. If this is going to run, it needs to break 7. Ooh, that's an ugly candle. We did not want to see that. Sellers just pushed us all the way back down into the triangle. This candle's about to close, so that's not a very good looking candle. That's an inverted hammer. You see it's coming back down to the bottom of the triangle here. Oh, and I just got stopped out. Oh, you sneaky, tricky thing. It came down just enough to hit my damn stop loss. Yeah, that's what I was saying with all that resistance though. But yeah, you can see there's a little fake out breakout there out of this triangle. Probably gonna come back down now. Unless it holds in this triangle. Let's see, AMC starting to test $7. Let's see if it breaks here. Yeah, actually, yeah, the SPY has, yeah, that's quite a rebound. The feds must have seen that the market was starting to crash, and they were like, "Nope, we can't have that. Let's go buy some stocks." And they, I don't know if that's what it was, but you see, it did make a nice bounce off of this 50-day moving average, which I expected this. I expected it to come down to the 50-day, but we'll see what it does. It could start to rebound and come back up again in the next couple of days. So I see AMC testing a lot of resistance at $7. Struggling to break that $7 area. If it doesn't break $7, it's not going to do anything. Now for an inverse ETF, you see it's got a downtrend right now. If the SPY starts cracking, the SPY's in this kind of straight up uptrend. So I'm going to go to whoops, tried to unlink it, didn't unlink. Actually, here, let's do it this way. So let's see here on this inverse ETF if there's a play here. If the SPY starts cracking below 385, then we could see LABD start to move up. Because we do have a little ugly curl over here on the SPY. Now, when you do unlink, actually, I kind of did this the wrong way, because if I was to hit buy right now, I'd be buying the SPY. So I should have unlinked. So actually, this one should be linked, and then this one should be unlinked. That should be what I did. That should be what I did. Whatever. Okay. So you gotta be careful with that. That could have been a disaster. Alright, there we go. So you can see the SPY starting to test that uptrend. And LABD is testing the downtrend. So SPY cracks, LABD will start running. So in these markets like this, that's the video I just put out last week about day trading ETFs and inverse ETFs, this is what I was talking about. And if there's not any good trades to make on some stocks, then this can be a good area to make some money in these weird markets, in these down markets. See the SPY getting real close to possibly cracking. And I can see on the side that AMC did not break out. CTIB still kind of running around that trend line, it looks like. And I ain't seeing too much else really going on. You get commish for what? Saying the market bounced pretty good. Get me to look at the SPY. I don't even I don't have that much funds left to even trade this. I'm just looking at it. I'm just seeing if it's going to do it or not. I could probably trade one share of it. Yeah, I could get one share. So I'm not actually going to make this trade because I can't, but I'm just watching it to see if it's going to, the SPY's going to crack here, and we see LABD start to run up. See if the SPY breaks over that 385.70 area, then this play will fail. Oh, AMC starting to break 7. The SPY is real close to 385.70. If it breaks over here, this would be a no-go on this. See the SPY is getting held up at 385.7. Okay, so there you go. SPY is starting to pop up. So no play there. Now, if the SPY was started cracking, this would have been a nice play to get an entry in. Possibly get 20, 30 cents, maybe 50 cents, maybe even $1, $2, like it popped up there in pre-market. But oops, let me link my chart back here. Let's take a look at AMC. Put this back on my daily chart. There we go. So it did break 7. Needs to hold 7 if it's going to keep moving. He sold 7 as support. Let's see, let me go ahead and move this off. And look, CTIB still climbing up that trend line. That's what I was saying earlier. You could play this trend line as long as the trend line holds up. Get you an entry down here on the trend line and have your stop loss a little bit below the trend line. Because you could at least got at least 20 cents off of this little bounce. If it continues to climb, possibly even more, but good little trend line play there. I think Orlando called that one out, so good call out there. Virus, good call out with the SPY rebounding, because I definitely did not notice right away the SPY was rebounding this much, but it's coming back up. It's surprisingly not dropping anymore. Let's see. This is okay. This is what we need to hear. This is probably why it's starting to come back up. Powell says, "Do not expect inflation will rise to trouble levels." Well, Mr. Jerome Powell, if you keep on printing that money, you're going to have a hard time backing that statement up. But we'll see. See, I don't really care about Texas's numbers for the overall stock market. Powell says still a long way for full recovery. The most important thing for the economy is vaccinating. Now, I gotta really question this. Not that I'm an anti-vaxxer or anything or some conspiracy theorist, but when I see something weird, I have to address it. What does the head of the Federal Reserve know about healthcare? Now, maybe he talked to some healthcare specialists and they come up with that idea on their own. But when I see people who have nothing to do with a certain sector saying stuff, like when Bill Gates comes in and says something about oil or something, I'm like, you're a tech guy. You don't really know that much about oil. Of course, Bill Gates likes to pop his opinions on everything all the time. But that's questionable to me. But, I mean, vaccinating could be a good thing for the economy if they open the economy back up. Because it's not... Here's the thing. Okay, let me clarify this. COVID did not shut the economy down. Okay? The government shut the economy down. COVID is just a virus, all right? And it is a bad virus. But COVID did not come to people's businesses and knock on their doors and say, hey, you can't be open, or you've got to have outside seating or whatever. COVID didn't do that. The government and the mainstream media likes to play this game where they point the finger at other things to take the heat off of them, like, oh, we didn't shut the economies down, it was because of COVID. No, you shut the economies down. You did it. You're the ones who did it. COVID did not make you do that. You chose to do that. So, whether or not people should get the vaccine or not is irrelevant. If y'all just open back up the economy, then the economy would be a good thing. Opening the economy back up is the most important thing for the economy, but Bill Gates is an expert in cow farts. Yeah, he's definitely he's an interesting person. 100,000 dead in Biden's first month of office. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a bad virus and stuff, and like as much as I dislike Biden, I'm not gonna play the left right game that we played, like everybody played with Trump, where they were blaming Trump for the virus and stuff. Like you can't. That's another example of what I'm talking about, where people like to point the finger at the wrong thing. Like Trump did not kill anybody. Biden did not kill those 100,000 people. The virus killed those people. Now the government did shut the economy down. So I don't like putting the blame in the wrong areas, and that's what mainstream media and these politicians and stuff on both sides do. They point the fingers. And like the biggest example of it that I cannot stand, I absolutely cannot stand it when I see this on social media, when the left starts going, the free market, capitalism is so bad, it's the cause of all the problems. And it's like, no. First off, we don't really have a free market in America. It's like kind of free, but kind of not. You know, there's a lot of regulations, a lot of red tape, a lot of nonsense. Like the government can just decide to halt the stock market like they did back in March 2020 during the height of the pandemic. When it started dropping too fast, they halted this whole entire stock market. And they did it twice, I think, maybe 3 times. And they said it was to give investors some time to think about their decisions. Well, I don't think investors needed much time to think about it. We were in a pandemic and the government was shutting down the economy, so investors was pulling their damn money out. Well, you know, that's another one of those things. Like we don't really have a free market. So when they point and blame all the problems on the free market, that is literally the government's narrative on the left. Like the left side will point and say that, and it's like, no, the government interference in the free market is what's caused us not to have a free market. That's what's the problem. The government's got to get out of the free market. They got to get out of the way. So it's another one of those examples of misplaced blame. And I really dislike all of that. It's really annoying. And the mainstream media buys into it. So people have no idea what's going on. They push it, and it's just a sad time. All right, I'll stop making sense right now. I'm sorry. I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. I didn't really mean to get off on a little political tangent, but when it comes to investing and trading in the market, you really need to understand what is going on in the world. Like you got to understand economics to a point, and you got to understand that politics is a reality show. Think about this for a minute. Our last president was a reality TV star. All right? And when did reality TV shows start getting popular? Like early 2000s, something like that. We had like Kardashians and different shows like that. But those shows were stupid. But what's more interesting than watching real life politicians throw cow shit at each other? That's pretty entertaining. But that's all just a show. You know, politicians love to tell you, I can fix this, I can fix that. And in reality, they can't fix anything. All they've constantly done is broke everything. I mean, that's why we're 28 trillion something in debt. COVID didn't cause us to go 28 trillion in debt. COVID didn't spend any money. It was just floating around in the air. Federal Reserve decided to print a whole shit ton of money, and they did all these huge stimulus bills with crazy things that really probably didn't need funding, like the Asian carp population was a part of this last stimulus bill. Like, what does the Asian carp have to do with anything? Nothing. So, but anyway, I'll get off that tangent. But you do have to kind of keep an eye on the political world and sift your way through all the bullshit, because that's what it all is, to try to understand what is going on with economics and all that. Because, like, with the GameStop thing that just happened, for some reason, social media wanted to make the GameStop thing political. And that's probably going to lead to more regulations. I've been saying that, and it probably is going to lead to more regulations that's going to hurt us as retail traders. So, that's, I really dislike politics, but being in the markets, because I don't just day trade stocks. I also trade cryptos and precious metals and real estate. So I have to kind of pay attention to all that nonsense to kind of get an idea of what's going on. See, it just came out with another press release. Powell says Fed will update forecast of GDP growth. Growth could be in the range of 6%. So he's kind of all over the place. Like, reading all these different headlines that he said. So we got vaccinating, most important thing for the economy. Still a long way to go to a full recovery. I do not expect inflation will rise to trouble levels. Fed to move carefully, patiently, with a lot of advance warning. The forecast could be up 6%. Like, where are you at, man? You're all over the place. You're not really telling us much. You're just kind of telling us like you really don't know what's going on. That's what I'm getting from Jerome Powell's, whatever you call it, whatever his speech or his testimony or whatever he's saying right now. Whatever the Federal Reserve does. Let's go green. So AMC up at 410, BBIG selling off. CTIB cracked the trend line. So that's all was there, was just that little bounce. And nothing much else really going on. Possibly the market could start dropping again because it did just crack the uptrend there, and LABD might start moving up if the SPY keeps dropping. How's the cryptos today? I'm gonna give the stream about 15 more minutes here. If you guys have any more questions, suggestions, or ideas, go ahead and get those in, and I will answer those. So the crypto market looking a little ugly. Yeah, I think it was a CTIB I went green on too. Yeah, I was green as well on CTIB. So nice job, H&H Trader. And then let's see, Varus, you said CTXR. It is coming up at the moment, but I kind of feel like I missed it. Let's see here. Where's this downtrend at? This downtrend's somewhere right in that area. Whoops. So it's got to break over 240 to break that downtrend. Then you got resistance at 260 60 to 50 to 70 to 75. So this has a lot of resistance ahead of it. So with the SPY starting to drop, you can see the SPY is starting to drop here again. You just want to be careful because any of those resistance areas could hold up as resistance. Me personally, I would have rather been in this down here in this area, because buying up here at this point, it's a little high up. But this was a nice triangle breakout here. You see it has a perfect, beautiful triangle break. Initial run up, your flagpole, and then this flag. But like I always say, a flag, wedge, whatever, it's all just triangles. But yeah, you can see it got held up there at 230 and starting to curl down. So if it continues to curl down like this, it's going to sell off. And it is on a trend line too. So you could play it off of the trend line, the uptrend. If that uptrend cracks, then it'll sell off as well. If the uptrend doesn't crack, then it could continue to move on up. No, I don't really look for stocks the day before. I don't, like this morning on CTIB, I found it after I started the stream. So, I mean, sometimes if, we're in a hot market and something's been running, it ran like 2 days in a row, and it could possibly have a third day, or there's some consolidation or something on the daily chart, then maybe I might add that to the watch list for the next day. But most of the time I just wait until the next day, because you don't know what's going to change, especially for day trading. Could be an up market, could be a down market, could be a sideways market. 2020 was like that, where like every day was different, and we'd have different sector of stocks ripping on Monday, and then have nothing happen on Tuesday, and then they have like one random pump stock on Wednesday. So when the market's kind of random like that, it's hard to really make a watch list for the next day. You can, though. I mean, you can. It's just I don't really do it. Because like I was saying earlier, I trade off of volume and price action. So I don't know what the volume and price action of a stock is going to be until right as the stock is making its moves. So yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Like H Trader said, with your day trade penny stocks, it does not really matter about your pre-analysis. SNSS starting to move. Oh yeah, big old U shape on this, but pre-market high is at 533, so that's going to be resistance. Let's look here up on the daily chart, see what resistance we have. 510 is some resistance, and that's why it's getting held up right where it's at. Looks like about 540. Yeah, 540 some resistance, which is right where that pre-market high is at, in that 433. So there's a lot of resistance ahead of this. And then 6 definitely has some resistance there. But, we have a sketchy market at the moment, so it could just come up to that 533 and that be it. Like, you may be able to get 30 cents out of it here. I would have rather been in a little bit lower on this U shape. Now, it could break over the pre-market high. It could make a new high, but I would have wanted to get in probably like right here in this little triangle break. That little triangle of consolidation would have been a nice entry at that 440. I feel like at this point it's kind of risky because if it gets held up at that pre-market high, then you're not gonna make much. But if you were in back down here, that would have been a good entry. Or maybe even this U shape right here. There's a little U shape there, triangle there. Or ideally, this beautiful U shape back here would have been the perfect entry. Market open. It drops down, starts to curl back up, and then it took a while to break $4, but it did finally break $4 out of that U shape, and you could have got a $1.30 move out of it. But this would have been the entry areas. There, 378. There, right around 4. There, right around 436. And then you could try to have bought this break at pre-market high, possibly, or maybe right there at the break of 5. So it did push up and make a new high. But I don't like being this late to a trade. Like this is probably the last entry that I would have took on this. Maybe right here. And at 490, because there was a little U shape there. It took a 525 entry. I'm a little confused. So you took your entry at 525, and then you moved your stop loss up to what? You moved it up to 530. So what would you get? 5 cents out of that play? Yeah, see, it's still getting held up in this area. That 533 did get a quick little pop, but this is what I was concerned about in this current market where we're seeing some fake out breakouts. That's what I was saying. I'd much rather be in one of these other entries than trying to buy in right up here. Oh, you're taking the whole way up? Okay. I got you now. Well, good trade then. I was confused. I was like, what? You didn't lock in anything up at 560, or did you get in after the pullback down, or. But yeah, if you got in at 525 right there, that's not bad. You basically bought the break of this resistance, and then locked it out there. So that's you did good on that. Nothing wrong with that. A little sketchy. I mean, it was a little sketchy. It was probably a 50-50 probability trade, but you played it right at least. Hey, no, there's nothing wrong with that. 25 cents a share is better than 25 cents losing. I don't even know if that made sense. That sentence just sounded really crazy. Let me try to rephrase that. Gaining 25 cents is better than losing 25 cents. There we go. Boom. I try not to do too many sketchy plays, but it happens. I do make some sketchy plays. LABD, look at that. Market broke down some. LABD starting to climb up. Could have got about 30 cents out of that trade. AMC did finally break $7. Took it a while. Well, actually, it broke and then it held up support at 7. So could have got about 30 cents out of AMC so far. So there's some money to be made today, even though the market's real sketchy. But gonna take a quick look around, and then I'm probably gonna call it a day. Yeah, so not too much else going on. That first sentence was rough. So, all right, guys, I appreciate everybody joining me as always. We will be back for some more trading tomorrow morning. Should be some new episodes of stuff coming out today, maybe. Worst case tomorrow, another abnormal investing episode. I'm also going to be putting out a TOS buy and sell guide on how to use these buttons and this AT ladder and all that. So those will be out this week. And then John should have another video ready for us by the end of the week. I like John a lot. Zadar's an interesting fellow. But he's got some pretty good insights. So if you haven't checked out Zadar's Stock Trading Insights, one of the new series on the channel featuring the one, the only John Zadar. Go check that out. He's got some good stuff there. We're working on his quality. His quality's getting better of his actual video stuff, so he'll have good quality, real good quality here soon. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it for me today. Maybe I might do a live stream crypto trade later today, possibly, depending on what happens today. We'll see. Just be on the lookout for that. But yeah, you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Until next time.